Hello everyone, Simon here. Let's play some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. If I can remember what happened last time. So we're in the Samurai trial. October 19, 9:42 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. ... Can you not just talk? Why do you have to dot? Why do you have to dot? Mr. Wright. Yes? Why do you look so unhappy? Oh, nothing. I don't know what the laugh is. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Uh-oh, she looks even unhappier. Phoenix! Your client is now practically a dead man walking. Oh, good. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes, please. You know we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Something overlooked? We have to find something, Phoenix, today. It's that or lose the trial. This isn't going to be easy. Yes, this will be fine. We just have to find holes in the witness testimonies. October 19, 10 AM, District Court, Courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is not ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today I would like to show evidence proving they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I wonder if he's that producer. The prosecution calls Mr. Manella to the stand. Why? He's the weakest one. Or that director. He's obviously the weakest out of all the witnesses. Would the witness state his name and profession? ... How rude can you get? You don't know me? I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai new ruffle. What does that mean? Sal Manella. I'm a director, television. Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day. Phoenix! Let's start by picking his testimony apart. Okay, I know, Mia, I know. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right? The day of the murder. I was at the studios from around 9 that morning. During the morning I was doing an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. Oh yeah? I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area, but I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. You were in your chairs for 3 hours? That's about it. The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 PM, and according to your testimony, you were in a meeting at that time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Right. I was at the studios from around 9 that morning. Is that when you always come into work? Oh no, I come in all sorts of hours. It's the industry way. Yeah, I know all about the freaks in your industry. Still, for what it's worth, I was pretty busy all that day, sad face. Tell us more about that. During the morning, I was doing an action scene run-through. In the employee area. That's right. It was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate. Was anyone else at the run-through? Oh yeah, that security lady was sitting there watching the whole thing. Lol. She was cheering on Hammer, if you can believe it. She certainly has the lungs for it. Anyone else? Nope, just us four. Just you four? It took a lot more time than I thought it would. Why did it go on so long? I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this, but WP twisted his ankle during the run-through, see? Alright, that's the limp. Which of course led to me missing my lunch. Roths? What's Roths? Roths? Rolling on the floor, starving? What's Roths? I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. Who did you hear that from? What exactly did they have for lunch? T-bone steak, the assistant cooked some up. Come to think of it, there were a plate with some bones on it at the employee area, yeah. Everyone else, meaning that the witness did not eat with them. But I had a meeting in the studio trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. So in the end, you didn't get to eat? Yeah, no steak at least. Can you believe it? That must have been tough. But there was food outside studio too. Phoenix, yeah. Doesn't something about that seem odd to you? Doesn't that seem odd to you? It's contradictory? A little vague. Actually, there is something bothering me. Mr. Manella, just now you said steak at least. So you ate something other than steak? Yeah, good call. I had some chocolate in my pocket which I used to stave off starvation. I see. Is that all? I was sure I was onto something there. We were in the meeting until around 4. Ended up skipping lunch. Skipping lunch. Doesn't something about that seem odd to you? Contradictory? Yeah, it does seem odd now that you mention it. Mr. Manella! What do you want? Sweats. When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. Yeah, wait, why is that It's contradictory? Why is it's contradictory? You leading to you questioning about the food on the table. You should say, it should be like, but there was food on the table. You should, like, that should be the dialogue option. Or like, I saw evidence to the contrary. It's not, it's contradictory. It's contradictory with what? The dialogue options don't actually tell you what the character is gonna say. Anyway, when I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the one in the employee area. Who ate lunch there? Finger points. Finger? Month. No, blah blah, here, good call. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. But I did eat after all. A T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. I brought it to the trailer thinking I could eat it later. Clearly a man who likes to eat. I suspected as much. So when exactly did you eat it? We took 1 break during that meeting. It was not a continuous meeting. I wolfed it down there and drew. A mental image I'll carry with me to my grave. No, it won't. Wait a second! If they took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more. We were in the meeting until around 4. Press! What were you discussing? No. The Steel Samurai story and our budget. Get this, the sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manella, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children, can you believe it? Actually, I kind of can. So nobody left the table during the whole meeting? During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. You didn't take a single break? Well, yeah, not one. Sweats. What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. No, wait a second. It's so slow. Maybe I do have an idea. Press harder! Wait a second. Mr. Manella, you've just contradicted yourself. Why is that so hard for him to figure out? Didn't you just tell the court that you ate the T-bone steaks during a break? Oops, Ruffle. Wow. Mr. Manella, what's this all about? Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break. Phoenix, great job, thank you, Mia. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break. Very well. Mr. Manella, your testimony, please. Ugh. Edgeworth is laughing. Good for him. Let him laugh. The break! Yeah, for what it's worth, we took a break, Waffle. But it was only 15 minutes. 15! That's only 13 in base 12. Not enough time for someone to say commit murder in Studio 1, lol. Sure it is. That's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak if you ask me, Steams. I don't think it would even be enough time for that, but that's just me. Yeah, thanks, Judge. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. The break. We took a break, Ruffle. Hold on. 15 minutes. 2:15 to 4 o'clock. Press! What time exactly did you take this break? I'd say it was from around 2:30 or so, around 2:30 or so until 2:45. 2:30! That's the time of death! So he could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible time-wise. ... But it was only 15 minutes. 15, that's only 13 in base 12. Oh yeah? What's it in base 8? What were you doing for those 15 minutes? Eating my T-bone steak. What else? There were 2 plates on the table. Oh right, the other one was Diva's, sorry, Divasquez' plate. Oh, her nickname's Divas. Divasquez, the producer, to eat a T-bone steak in 15 minutes, that's quite a feat. Not enough time for someone to say commit murder in Studio 1, lol. Why is that? Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? No, we haven't. I haven't had enough. Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. No, they took a break. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1. Nani? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1. Well, Mr. Wright, Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer. Do you claim someone from the trailer went to Studio 1? (2:15 to 4 o'clock). They took a break at 2:30. So they couldn't actually have gone from the trailer to Studio 1. (2 o'clock) there. Powers could have gone to Studio 2. Powers, this guy could have gone to Studio 2 and not Studio 1. Because 2 is before 2:15. Do you claim someone from the trailer went to Studio 1? No. Wait a minute. But if I say no, I mean, they were also the industry bigwigs, whoever they are. We haven't even seen them. No, it's impossible right now. I don't want to write off so many possible suspects, but I can't keep claiming the impossible either. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to the studio in that time. Ah ha 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 ha! I thought you might be thoughtlessly treading on thin ice again. But I see you had at least an inkling of the truth. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? It's quite simple. True, the break-in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Mrs. Monkey head, it was Mr. Monkey, barred the way. At around 2:15, a strong gust of wind knocked off the studio mascot's head. Is it a strong gust of wind? Ergo! Who said ergo? When the people in the trailer took a break at 2:30, the way to the studio was blocked. Blocked by Mrs. Monkey's severed head. Yes, it's actually Mr. Monkey. it is Mr. Monkey. But Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. I believe we have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. Well, we'll see. Very well, the court's opinion on this case is as follows. We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. I mean, you can just walk through the bush. This video game logic is so stupid. You can just climb over their head. You can just, like, you know. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. That's not true. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he was the one who did it. The other guy who's big enough to wear it is the guy who plays the evil magistrate, the guy who died. The victim is big enough to wear it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence, a witness. Oh, real? Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth? My witness saw the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim. Order! I will have order! Or maybe they I see, maybe they faked it. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for recess. Maybe they faked his death, because there's no blood. October 19, 11:04 AM, District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1. ... Why does everyone do that? Just talk! What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in that trailer has an alibi... I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. No, you're not wrong, we're not done. Mia, don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? You have no hope. Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that. No. But I was wrong. That's all there is. What's going to happen to me? It kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer. Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you were innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself, be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere, after all. Thanks. Okay, thanks. This one's for the kids. What did the kids have to do with it? Friggin' beer. October 19, 11:15 AM, District Court Courtroom Number 4. Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution has a concern, as our witness is a grade schooler of tender years and this is a murder case. We worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground. However, we have no choice. Yeah, no, you have no choice. Let's traumatize this kid. The prosecution calls Cody Hackens to the stand. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on. Alright. God, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do. Would the witness state his name and grade in school? ... Witness! Witness me! What? Just cause you're grown doesn't mean you can push me around. Get owned, Edgeworth. Cody. Answer his question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady with the big boobs. I'm Cody Hackens, I'm in 2nd grade. I get the feeling this is going to be a long day. Yeah, it is. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you are speaking to a child. Try to be gentle. Witness, I mean Cody. He's having trouble with this gentle thing. You were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the incident. You got a problem with that? Yeah, chop him! Please tell us what you saw that day. What, Pops, you want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there? Yes, tell Gramps. Just Mr. Edgeworth will be fine. I prefer bearded gentlemen. Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission if that's possible. Wait, you're saying you had to bargain terms with the kid and you lost? Hey, I just got this new camera. The evidence is on the camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet, but I bring it with me wherever I go. Phoenix! I wonder if he had that camera on the day of the... Yeah, no, the evidence is on the camera. You better make a note of it in the court record. Cody's camera added to the court record. A new digital camera. Cody always carries it, though he's still learning how to use it. Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw the day of the incident. Witness account. I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. Oh, the internet. You should never let kids on the internet, you don't know how it will get corrupted. I went through the woods off the path so that the old lady wouldn't catch me. Yeah, no, look, you can go through the woods off the path. Just because the path is blocked doesn't mean no one can get to the studio. I was going for the studio. I got kinda lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. You can just go through the woods. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home. If I had my camera with me. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle, remember you're talking to a child. Yeah, right. This kid is tougher than most adults we see in here, honestly. Witness account. I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. You really like the Steel Samurai, huh? Of course I do. I taped every show. And I go to all the live performances. That's impressive. Have you been to the amusement park? Of course, duh. My dad always takes me. Poor dad. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. What else did you find on the internet? Is it safe for work? Was that day the first time you've been to the studio? Actually, I've been a couple of times. I never managed to get there on a rehearsal day. And that security lady's always yelling. Right, please continue. Joe Pops, I'm getting to it. How am I supposed to talk with you cutting me off all the time? Owned. I went through the woods off the path so the old lady wouldn't catch me. Off the path? Yeah, you know how the studios are in a valley there. If you go off the path a little, there's woods. That's where I was. I see. Anyhow, I was going for the studio. Did nothing unusual happen on the way to the studio? Unusual? Did you see this monkey by any chance? Did you see this monkey? That's a good question. I should use that on the ladies. Hey, have you seen this monkey before? Oh, you mean Mr. Monkey? Yeah, I saw him, but his head wasn't busted. So you went straight to the studio. His head wasn't busted? I got kinda lost on the way though for about 30 minutes. You got lost in the woods? Yeah, I couldn't figure out which way I was walking. Man, I was relieved when I saw the blue studio doors. But guess what happened next? When I came up by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. Hold on, before I... So he went across the top there, right? He did see... he saw the monkey, but the head was still on. So that was before 2:15. But then he got lost for half an hour. And then he saw the Steel Samurai. It was outside Studio 1 because he couldn't get into Studio 1 because it's locked. So it happened here. Wait a minute, it happened out here? When I came up by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. Came up by the studio. The Steel Samurai? Yeah, he was standing by the studio gate. It looked like he was thinking about something before going in. Then he opened up the gate and went inside. I see, what then? It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. How did you see it? Could you get into the studio? What sort of bad guy was it? A guy, a person, kinda tall, skinny. Are you sure it was a guy? ... I don't know. He was kind of far away. He's being overly vague. ... Of course the Steel Samurai took him down, pow. What happened to the bad guy? Well, he kinda didn't move, not a bit, like he was dead. I guess he was a real pro, what a great actor. Yes, I suppose he was. If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. I guess seeing the killing freaked him out and he went home. Phoenix, remember he's a child. Use gentle words but be firm. Easy for you to say. Wait, I didn't actually click on press. If you had your camera, you mean you weren't carrying your camera then? No, I wasn't. It's not like I have it all the time. Yes, you do. Really? I guess seeing the killing freak now. He always carries it, he says. When I came up by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. Can I present... No, I didn't. Crap. Misclicked. Present him with the camera. Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Ha! Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? Mr. Wright, a word with you. Oh, I was putting the pressure too much. What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about? It's, a digital camera, Your Honor. It's kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that? I see. Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child, so I can do a lot worse, Edgeworth, let's put it that way. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney, no one should lie in court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody. Well, what? Yeah, so I had my camera, so what? You got a problem with that? Did you take any pictures, asshole? Again, unreliable testimony. Once you establish that the witness is unreliable, they're gone. Like, everything they say is done. So you did have a camera. And did you use this camera? Why would I use it? I was too busy watching. Very well. Please testify to the court what you were so busy watching. You can't just take it off him as evidence. Just confiscate the camera and go through it.